Welcome to our weekly energy forecast and meditation. I'm Sabine.
I'm Juna.
And we're from Synergy in Motion, where it's all about empowering you to live true to you. Mm-hmm. And we have landed in a beautiful nature space here in Michigan and very much enjoying this and welcoming you to that space too.
Yes. So, this is the beginning of our adventure into the unknown, where we're really practicing living true to you. And practicing living true to you is a theme that we're going to hone into in the next week, because Hexagram 16 of the I-Ching is about enthusiasm and skills. So it's about the skills and having the enthusiasm to practice the skills and repeat things over and over and over so that you become a master at it, so that you can come into that full mastery where you don't really have to think about the skills anymore, but you're just being the energy of it. So whether you're like learning to play the piano, or you're learning a new sport, or taking a cooking class, there's this enthusiasm at the beginning, but then it can get a little bit challenging because you're having to keep on practicing. And so we're here to encourage you with lots of enthusiasm to keep practicing and repeating those things, those steps to get to that mastery level. And it's about living true to you. And that's really the mastery, is how can you really be in alignment with you and what makes your heart laugh and your particular energy system. And that comes with a lot of listening to what is true to you and filtering out everything that other people tell you, all the good advice, and really tapping into what you know in your heart, in your body.
Mm-hmm. And just while you were talking, I was thinking, practicing sounds always like you have to practice. Yeah. But how I see it is really looking at things from different angles, trying different things out so that I become more and more intimate with something. It's an invitation to really have a relationship with whatever you're playing. And a lot of us have a genius slumbering within us. And yes, we're naturally good at things, but that also allows us to look at things from different angles and not just, okay, I'm good at this and I don't have to do anything to really help that unfold. No, it is that practicing, that being present with it on a daily basis that brings forth even more of your genius and more of that, the art can flourish, blossom. So, and when you look at the alternative health field, I often say it takes like this pecking away at things. It's not that something necessarily shifts right away, but you looking at it, practicing your skills, using the tools that are available to you, allows something to shift with your contribution. Things shift all the time. And when you contribute to it, it can shift more dynamically. And I think the beginning of our journey was a great example for this unfolding and the practicing of tools, and then, boom, it works with great ease.
Mm-hmm. So for me, it was the day that we were packing and planning to go that my knee seized up. I have an old injury, and when stressful things happen, it's like my body talks, right? I felt like I was in a good headspace. My emotions were on board. I was super excited, but my body was like trying to keep me back. So I worked with some of the tools that had me look at the different parts of myself, that little girl inside that was afraid of being left behind or afraid of leaving and afraid of change. So I worked with her, and I also asked a core group to help with my energy. And within a very short period of time, 2 hours, I was able to shift that and able to walk and move, and I had to go in the house and out and pack this trailer and get it all ready. And I was able to do that with ease for the next 48 hours, just moving. And I've had a lot of ease with it since, and I'm working on it. So I've honed the skills and the tools. I know the tools to grab out of my tool bag when this particular thing comes up. So I used them, and within a short period of time, it shifted.
Mm-hmm. That was quite amazing, actually. Impressive.
Yeah.
You mean this stuff works?
Yeah. And I just wanted to say, too, with radionics, I see you work at it diligently every day. And radionics is like the healing modality that Sabina works with. And little by little, like you're always refining programs. You're an example for me of what this repetition is and going intimate with how you do that. You know, you're always writing new programs for your clients and looking at this issue, looking at that issue, and you just never give up. Mm-hmm. And I think the shadow aspect of this week is giving up. So just notice when you give up or you're indifferent or you're like whatever, and then really call yourself back into what does bring you enthusiasm. What do you really want to do? And if you're practicing something that's not true to you, you might feel indifferent. It might be a little signpost to say, oh, that's not really mine. So go find that enthusiasm. So of whatever that thing is that you're committed to doing. And we're bringing it to committing to living true to you and what makes your heart laugh. So if whatever you're doing isn't doing that, find out what does.
Mm-hmm. And with that enthusiasm for what works actually for you, you have that momentum to look at things from different angles, and practicing is not a chore, but a joy. You actually do want to find out, hey, how does that note sound? How does this color look on the canvas? How else can I speak with somebody? So it becomes an exploration. So I like that, redefining practicing into exploring the different angles and being intimate with whatever it is that you want to get to know a little better.
Yeah. And this, just from a human design perspective, this gate 16 is always looking for more depth. So there might be a part of you this week that feels like, oh, but if I just knew more, if I just had more time, that's just know that will be calling you. And even though you feel like you're lacking depth, keep going, because with the repetition, you will gain the experience and you will gain the depth that you are seeking.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful.
So let's take that into a meditation and see where we go with it. Skills and enthusiasm.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful. So give your body that yummy wriggle. Then take a deep breath in. And come home to yourself. That space within you where you feel the most you. That part of you that always has been with you and that always will be with you. And allow your body to be held by the earth and nurtured by the nature sounds that are present here. And in that space, just allow yourself to connect with your genius. And your genius is something that is beyond the logical mind. It is an energy of you. Some people call it the muse. And just allow yourself to open up to that energy. You don't need to know it intimately to connect with it. And your mind doesn't understand it. Just open up to that creative genius within you. that part of you that brings forth the life energy.
Your special gifts, your uniqueness that only you can be.
And if your mind chatters away trying to convince you that you don't have that, let it chatter and just allow yourself to connect with that energy anyways. And if you know that part of yourself already, just deepen your connection with that. Allow it to be present. Let it bring forth your enthusiasm for living. And allow it to inspire you, to guide you. And in this space, just open up for awareness. Awareness of living true to you. Awareness about what else you could explore, practice, play with, be intimate with, to be more of you. What brings that forth in you? What would be fun to practice, to get to know? And allow yourself to be surprised by whatever it is. And allow this energy to open your heart. And then become aware of your sacred space. That space of you. That safe space where you can be most you. And in that safe space, allow your genius to come forth, to shine bright. Allow that energy of your genius to be present and radiate through you into your sacred space. And then allow yourself to radiate beyond your sacred space, into your world. It is like a blessing, blessing your daily life with your enthusiasm, your genius, your caring and love. And while you're radiating out your genius into the world, also perceive how the world receives you, loves you, welcomes your genius and all of you. Allow yourself to fall into the arms of the world as you. Because you are a genius in being you. And the world welcomes you as you, all of it. Allow yourself to be received. And we invite you to practice your genius in the everyday things you do, you be, and allow yourself to be received in your practicing, in your becoming an expert in being your genius, an expert in being you, an expert in living true to you. And that in itself is a beautiful gift to us and the world. So thank you for being you and being on your journey. You're amazing. Thank you.
Yes. And thank you for joining us today. And thank you, Sabine, for that meditation. And we will see you next week. Enjoy.
Bye.
Bye.